Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today we're looking at how to install and configure your Logitech mouse. This is good for high-tech gaming mouses that have extra programmable controls. So the first thing you do, you want to go to the Logitech website. You're going to click on support, and under the support you'll be directed to this website, and you want to click on downloads. When you click on that tab, it brings you to this web page where you want to make sure you have Windows 10 selected. This is a whole list of all the Logitech products and their drivers. So as you scroll down, I did find my G602 wireless gaming mouse that I unboxed recently. You could check out that video as well, and you can press download just to update the drivers for your mouse, or you can scroll down and look for the Logitech gaming software right there, and make sure you select the correct bit for your Windows. I run a 64-bit Windows, so you want to check out my XPS 15 laptop. That'll be also in the links below. So first I'm going to click on download for the update for the wireless G602. It takes a couple seconds to download, and there it is. It starts configuring. And I'll show you guys later how to update your wireless gaming mouse through the configuration setting, other than just doing it this way. So while it's being updated, it doesn't really take that long, maybe like 2-3 minutes, and I'll probably scroll forward at this moment to the correct spot so I don't really waste anyone's extra time. Well, actually, drivers and updates are actually very small files, and they can be done really quickly. As you can see right now, it's already been finished. Just to show you that the update is done, you press finish, press OK, and then we're going to start looking at the buttons and configuration on the G602. The G602 has 11 programmable controls. There are many other mouses that have a lot of different features. I do like this mouse more than the Logitech MX Master Laser mouse, which has a similar design and feel to it, but then I think this G602 actually looks better, feels better, and it moves better. I think it's better in many features. And right now you just see that the screen looks like it was frozen because actually the mouse has to be turned on, off and on, so it completes the update. So we're gonna go down and we're gonna see if that is true, and we're gonna look for that Logitech gaming software again. You press download. Again, make sure if you have a 32-bit Windows, then download the correct software. It takes quite a while. We'll probably speed that up right about now. So the Logitech gaming software isn't a big file either, but it does take about a minute or two to download. So after it downloads, just click on it and it's going to start opening. It actually takes a couple seconds for it to load. I hope you guys do find out that Logitech is a pretty good manufacturer. They make really good products. I did own that MX performance laser mouse before, but now I'm using the Logitech G602. So right here it pops up, it says welcome and thank you that you're going to install the software. You can click on next. It's going to talk about more of the other features that it supports. I'm not too sure about it yet, but then this is just for gaming, I believe. Yep, just for gaming. And right here it's going to take some time to install. I'm probably going to speed up this part as well. So the installation does take quite a while, about at least a minute for me, so it might be a little bit longer for other people with slower computers. And after the installation, it says thank you and whatnot, and then it says you want to restart your computer, but I'll do that later, so don't restart now, restart later. It brings up this window. You want to let it you don't want it to be blocked by Windows firewall. You know what you're installing. It's just a Logitech software to help optimize your mouse and other features, so you'll allow the access. So this is really nice and neat how they have this layout right here. What I really don't like is that it's actually very small. As you can see, this layout is just, I can't even make it bigger. I think I tried that earlier and then it just wouldn't get, you can't drag the size to be a bigger window. That's what I'm trying to say. But I do like that. It looks pretty neat and high tech on what you can do with the mouse, and it actually sort of like tells you what are the key features. Having said that, I do like the software interface. The layout does look really nice. On the top left corner it says gaming software, and the battery indicator is also there, and even in the blue and green color indicating if it's in performance or endurance mode. On the right side you see it says automatic gaming, uses profile stored on the computer or your manual settings stored on the mouse. You click on the question mark, it brings up the Logitech website. So these are some of the key features on that software. On the bottom you also see other features, like that's a Logitech website, and then you go down to the home button on the software, and the other buttons next to it is just to configure each button. So right away you can click on the mouse itself and it tells you what you can optimize with each setting. So you get to configure a profile for your automatic gaming or for the onboard memory stored on the mouse. And once you do that, you click on the settings, it brings up this pointer setting feature, and I basically did max out all the features. It might take up more battery life, but then hey, that's what this gaming mouse is for, so it's okay if I have to go buy extra batteries. So I did maximize the settings all the way to the right, and it looks like you'll be at 2500 DPI with the highest sensitivity levels, and I also made the report rate at 500. So I just want the best responses for my mouse. It might take a while to understand the settings, but I just want to have the best features overall. And then afterwards you can actually click on the side buttons over there. Again, this G602 wireless gaming mouse has 11 programmable keys, and some are actually set already. Some of them are set to be as you can see, the lower 3 buttons says forward, back, and battery life. I actually like those key features, and I'll keep that there. The ones on top says DPI up and down, I'll keep those there as well. And once you go into, let's see, I was configuring the upper right button, there's actually some default keys for you already, or you can punch in your own keys in there and it can customize it yourself. So as you can see, I actually did what I wanted to do. It says I selected to be Windows plus D, which means it shows a desktop, and within one click it will minimize everything on the computer and bring you to the desktop. I actually missed that key feature. It used to be one of the main new features on the Windows, and I'm happy to have that feature back. And all it does is just takes one click from me on the mouse just to bring me back to the desktop and minimize everything. So now we just configured our first button, that was G7. Now we're going to configure G8. Remember, it looks blank first, and then you can click on edit and it brings up a whole list for you if you want to click on the preset keys. And I'm going to set this one as Alt F4, and as people may know, Alt F4 means it's going to close some windows, or the window that you have opened in front of you. So right here I'm going to click this to be Alt F4, and that should help me program it the way I want it to be. As you can see, the setting on these keys are relatively easy, and now we're just going to test it out. Now that I set G8 as Alt F4, as you can see, I just closed it without even pressing the X button or the closing button. I just press G8, the button on the key, and it will just close the window as it's supposed to do. It's a really good feature. I think it's based on your preference. You can set the keys to do whatever you want it to do, but then it's all up to you, and you can have fun with it or whatever, but it all depends on what kind of functions you do around the computer. And for me, this last button, which is going to be G9, I'm going to set it to Control Alt Delete. And I really did miss the functions back in the day when I could just press the start key and press U for shutdown and another U for total, like, are you sure you're gonna shut down? Then yes, the confirmation tab. So basically I missed that key feature, but then now I'm gonna have to set that as my G9 button on the mouse. That way when I press Control Alt Delete, it will bring out the screen where I can just quickly click on either to log off the computer or restart the computer, hibernate the computer, lock the computer, or whatever it is, that way, if let's say you need to hide your screen right away, then that would be one of the quickest ways to do it, is just to press a button on your mouse, and then it looks really discreet, like no one knows that you even touched the key. Just as a simple demonstration, you can see that the G9 key right here is already set to Control Alt Delete. Again, all you have to do is just go into the Edit tab and punch in Control Alt Delete, and it should come up as so, and then you press Apply. And then just to show how that feature works, when I press the G9 key, you'll see a slight flash, and unfortunately my recording software couldn't capture that lock screen. I guess that's just how it is. So it does bring up the Control Alt Delete or lockup screen once you press on that key. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it's useful. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys comment, like, and subscribe.